Today we're talking about the facts and fiction when it comes to hearing loss. And I'm here with audiologist Dr. Gnewikow. And it is fascinating to think that so many people have hearing loss, but they never get it treated. It's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. The estimates are that about 80% of hearing impaired people never seek help.
Wow.
There's a lot of reasons, but one reason I think are some myths that they have about hearing loss and about hearing aids. One myth is that I have nerve loss. That's what the doctors told me, and they said 20 years ago that if you have nerve loss, that's the reason for your hearing impairment, then nothing can be done. Well, that means nothing can be done through surgery. It does not mean that there's nothing that can be done at all. That's the use of when you use hearing aids. The vast majority of people that have hearing aids and use them successfully actually do have nerve loss. Another myth is that it's a sign of age.
Right.
When actually no more a sign of age than glasses, and actually cosmetically the glasses show far more than the hearing aids. I have hearing aids on now, and you probably wouldn't notice it unless I showed them to you. Sometimes it makes people think, well, I'm going to look handicapped.
Right.
Well, what makes you look handicapped is when you give somebody an answer that doesn't make any sense. Whereas when you're hearing better, you're less likely to do that. I think there are also myths related to what can and can't be done technologically. You know, you've mentioned to me previously about your grandfather who had a hearing aid that was squeal. Well, everybody has heard that. And it is true that you can get feedback from any amplifier, including the one in your church building. But that is only a matter of a setting. New hearing aid technology will actually turn the feedback down, the squealing, when it perceives it. So that's really no longer an issue. Some people say, well, if I have a hearing aid on, it'll make everything so loud that it's going to damage my hearing. Well, not really, just another myth. Hearing aids have compression, so that once the input signal gets to a certain level of volume, the hearing aid automatically turns it down. You can actually shoot a gun with a hearing aid on, and it will respond rapidly enough that that signal will not be amplified. So a lot of things people think about technology is really based on technology many, many years ago, and they haven't kept up with current technology. Then there's always the concern of, well, it's going to make every sound equally loud. Well, not really. Using things like directional microphones could allow the person in front of you to be louder than the people behind you. Using frequency selection to amplify some frequencies more than others could allow a person who has good hearing for some frequencies to not have that much sound in that frequency range. And all of that can be addressed now with the new digital technology. So I think there are always reasons that we don't do things, but a lot of the reasons really are just without validity. They're basically our own personal rationalizations because we don't want to admit the fact that something doesn't work the way it used to.
Right.
If you see a good audiologist that knows what they're doing and you use good technology, it will literally change your life.
And you can get your audiology needs met at either of the Audiology Hearing Aid Associates location. There's one on Langhorne Road in Lynchburg. The number there is 434-528-4245. Their Danville location is on Main Street, and the number there is 434-799-6288. You can also find out more online at digitalhearing4u.com.